It's been a month of firsts for me on Pocketnow. My first rugged phablet, my first Asus, and now my first Huawei. This Chinese multinational is trying to bring a little class to the budget-busting, entry-level phone market. But before we can take this baby for a test drive, we have to get it out of the box. I'm Juan Carlos Bagnell for Pocketnow, and here are my first impressions of the Huawei Honor 5X. For the brave. That's the phone's slogan. I don't just go around saying things like that. Opening this pretty teal box, I'm pretty sure this review unit has already seen some action. The phone greets you after taking the lid off, and underneath we've got a USB cable and AC adapter. But even cracking open the folder, there aren't any papers or warranty info for us to not read. We do have some plastic on the screen though, so at least I get to peel that off. This device gives off a tremendous first impression. This aluminum shell is really pretty at arm's length. The right side mounted power button and volume rocker are easily reached, pin tool doors hide the SIM and micro SD card, and overall dimensions are almost identical to one of my favorite budget busters, the Idol 3. There's a bit of a chin bezel, but overall the 5.5-inch 1080p IPS display occupies over 70% of the front face, so I can't get too cranky there. We've got a lot of nice design elements, the ergonomic placement of the fingerprint scanner on the back, and I'm digging these retention screws flanking the micro USB port, even if it does make the phone look a little like a panicked robot. We have two sets of vented holes on the bottom, but as far as I can tell, audio playback is just mono out of the right side. It's when we get closer that we can see some of the compromises necessary to produce a phone at this price. Seams which don't quite lay flush where pieces join. The chrome trim around this camera looks like it was snapped off the plastic retainers of a model airplane kit, and I'm worried this phone might have been dropped as we have a blemish and small dent on the corner, but this also could just be lax QA during manufacturing. First boot was refreshingly quick, and happily, there aren't a lot of custom or additional setup steps to get you signed into your accounts. And then we get to the launcher. I won't be the first, nor will I be the last, to point out the number of iPhone inspirations found throughout this device. I honestly don't understand the appeal of merging home screens and app drawers. I find the whole affair to be cluttered, and had I purchased this device myself, I'd likely have already installed Google Now or Nova Launcher. I do like the timeline layout for notifications, though I wish shortcuts were just docked at the top instead of moved to a separate side page. My initial swiping through the device, home screens and settings, the UI slides quick and fluidly for the most part. Though I did get a chuckle out of the camera, as it's another app, inspired by another phone manufacturer. At least they added a dedicated food mode to shake things up a bit. Maybe most exciting though is the addition of a fingerprint scanner at this price point. This is maybe the least amount of grief I've ever experienced training a fingerprint. And even though we're on budget hardware, it's one of the snappiest performers I've yet encountered. It's terrifically tolerant to different angles, even recognizing the side of my finger upside down from how I train the phone. Unlike home button and power button mounted scanners, this works in an always-on fashion and wakes your device up on contact with the sensor just like bigger brother Huawei phones. Huawei is bringing an ambitious feature set to a product which sells for $199 unlocked on Amazon. But there's still a lot of testing which needs to happen before we can decide if the Honor 5X is worthy of your cash. Battery life from this 3000 mAh cell, multimedia performance from the Qualcomm 616, and how competitive is the camera in this tier of smartphone. Budget phones are hot right now, so make sure you subscribe to this channel for our future coverage of the Huawei Honor 5X. As always, thanks so much for watching, and hit that thumbs up button to help us out with a little extra positive reinforcement. For Pocketnow, I'm Juan Carlos Bagnell. You can chat me up on Instagram and Twitter as Some Gadget Guy, and I will catch you all on the next video.